All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kyle Carrier. I'm going to be giving a demonstration speech on how to be successful in a Battle Royale game. So a basic overview of some of the topics we're going to cover today. What is a Battle Royale game? What to do, what not to do, and then how to win in the end game if you get there, if you're lucky enough. Then I'm going to summarize everything to give you guys a big picture and hopefully leave you guys a little more wise than before you came. So what is a Battle Royale game? Essentially, it's a large map where 100 players are dropped in. They're all naked. They don't have any equipment. They have to run around and scavenge, finding equipment. The catch is the player territory shrinks over time, so players are consolidated into a small space, or basically are forced to engage and fight one another. And the end product is a battle to the death, where the last man standing wins. Here's a diagram from Digital Trends to kind of just summarize what I told you. So we're going to cover some do's and some don'ts. These are some basic rules for survival. Rule number one being make yourself hard to kill. You want to move from cover to cover. You want to move. You don't want to stand still for too long. You also want to use terrain to your advantage. These are all things that make you harder to shoot. Second, avoid overlooting or loot fever, as some people call it. Occasionally you'll be on a team and one of your players will just not know when to stop. He's got the loot fever. Third, make a tactical plan and stick to it. Establish a leader early in the game. He's going to be the shot caller. This will avoid a situation where you have too many cooks in the kitchen. Fourth, engage only when necessary. Why is this important? Sound discipline is huge. You shoot your gun, you're going to tell everyone on the map where you are, and you'll run into problems. 5, communication wins. If you see someone over there, before you engage, call it out to your teammates. Tell them what's going on. More guns on one person equals more success. This is a rule, number 6, mostly applies to teams. Don't overextend. Work together, stick together, win together. So I'm going to show you guys a quick example of what not to do in a Battle Royale game. Pops up. Here we go. Oh shit. Oh boy, that was not good. So it's an example of what not to do. Sometimes you might be conflicted to do some shenanigans. You want to avoid doing that. So now we're going to hop into endgame strategy and tactics. What do you need to do when you're in the last 10 men on the server? So the first thing I really like to preach is mental and emotional discipline. When you get into that last 10 people, you're going to feel a lot of adrenaline. Your heart's going to be racing, brain's going to be releasing large amounts of cortisol, your hands are going to shake. You want to take a deep breath and focus on what you need to do to win. Second, this is a rule created by a really popular player named Folks Hunt. It's called the rule of 3. Basically, if there are 3 people left, or 3 teams, the first 2 that engage give away their position, giving the third person a huge advantage because they know exactly where they are. And at the same time, the 2 people that are fighting have no clue where that third man is. So he has a tactical advantage. Finally, and most important, be humble and reflect in both victory and defeat. You want to take a summary of what you did right, what you did wrong, and look at that and kind of build a Battle Royale calculus that you use in all your future games. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a quote that I really feel applies to Battle Royale games. It's by Jacko Willenick. He's a former U.S. Navy SEAL. He's written a bunch of great books, but the quote goes, "Many mistakes, taking ownership, developing a plan to overcome challenge are integral to any successful team." And that really applies. You know, you have to be open to learning, and you have to communicate and take on the challenge as a team. So, in summary, we covered what is a Battle Royale game, some do's and don'ts, and finally, how to win if you get as far as the end game. I'm going to turn over the mic. I'd like to thank you guys so much for coming today. We're going to enter a 2-minute Q&A, so if you guys have any questions, hit me.
so you kind of went through that clip a little quickly there. Could you maybe give us a play-by-play on what exactly happened in the do not to do category?
Oh yeah, so basically I was playing with some friends and we had the opportunity to run over a down player, and the 8-year-old that lives in my head told me to run him over. Well, his teammates didn't like that, and we entered into a game of chicken, and I got my entire team killed. So that's what happened.
So again, could you say who was driving, please?
There's a rule number 7 I didn't cover in the do's and don'ts. It's called never let faux hunt drive. Any other questions? All right, well, thank you guys for coming again. I really appreciate it, and that concludes my demonstration speech.
All right, that's good. Very well. Thanks. All right.